Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is Wait, what about the human soul? So it got me thinking, in almost every major thing ever in like more fantasy games and when you're talking about mythology, the human soul is always the end game. There's this big bad villain and he wants to collect all the human souls, or there's this large machine and human souls are the only thing that can power it. So we're going to sacrifice thousands upon millions or what have you of souls, or hey, I captured 1,000 souls and now I am super powerful. Why is it always souls? And what makes souls such a good energy source? What's the point? Why don't you use a magical item? Why don't you use a magical artifact? Why don't you use magic itself? Why is a human soul such a good energy source? Why can it conduct or do all of these things? Why does drawing all of these souls into you or into your machine or uh, making this a part of your grand plan, why does this effectively make you unbeatable? And I think I have the answer. In most religions or in most games or this is very generalized, so I'm sure there are things that where this is not the case, or this may even be the exact opposite case. This is just a generalized statement, but in a lot of cases the soul comes from the divines or the god or the gods or what have you in games and the real world, depending on what you believe in, comes from this divine presence, which means that this is divine energy, which means that this is essentially God energy inside of human beings. So you're harnessing essentially a tiny, tiny sliver or a tiny, tiny piece of divine energy. This is where it kind of comes in. Now, when you're playing the game, you get stronger. Like most of the time, you upgrade, and by the end of the game, you're more powerful. So there's also this kind of thing of one soul being can be more powerful than another soul. Now, this is a different kind of question. Why does one soul kind of push out another soul? You have those like in the movies, you're worth 100 souls to me, or this and that, like Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow with Davy Jones, and where does that kind of come from? Well, there's the personal aspect to it, whereas it's about you, and I want your power specifically, or I want you in my little afterlife because I don't like you. Or there's the other end of that coin, which is again another generalized statement that if you have more power or more energy personally, when your soul is freed from your body, you have more energy inside of you, and you have increased your personal energy. Again, this is kind of half a wait what and half a theory, but I didn't really have anything to directly connect it to. So this is kind of more of a rambling video, but I just kind of had this thought where this kind of idea of you're harnessing this God energy, and that is kind of why in more like demon games, if a demon gets like 100,000 souls, they start to descend or ascend into this really powerful being all of a sudden. Well, it's because they always say, "Well, I'm going to achieve godhood." It's because you have all of that divine energy inside of you. And I feel like that's never outright said. Like it says, like, oh yeah, I have human souls inside of me, so that's why I have the power. But why? And I think that kind of answers it. Again, there are, I'm sure, plenty of different examples where that's not the case. But I feel like if you kind of streamline it, you kind of fill in the puzzle pieces yourself or ourselves. That's kind of what makes sense to me personally. It's because of when these divine beings grant us this energy, you in yourself have a piece of them or a piece of their energy that they can manipulate or something connected to their realm. And so, harnessing multitudes of that power and that energy for yourself essentially makes you a percent of a percent of the power of those beings and those divines. And I think that kind of answers a question that nobody asked me, but that I've just been thinking about. And yeah, that's basically the whole video. I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a second. I think that's why that's the end goal. I think that's why in a lot of games and a lot of D&D even, you have this grand scheme of getting all the souls in a particular area or anything that you can. It's because all of that energy is being stored inside of you. But again, why not just use different energy? I think it's because it's divine energy, and that's what makes it different. You could get any energy, but divine energy is always this tier above, this one step higher. And yeah, so if you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. If you like this video, be sure to like it, subscribe for more of my content, hit the notification bell to be alerted when my videos go up. Comment down below with anything you might like to see from me, any questions you have, comments, even concerns. I try to respond as much as I can in the comment section. I would love to hear from you for any reason at all. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Thank you.